Allow me to explain myself. Allow me to explain myself. Allow me to explain myself. See, we lived in the hood, 600 a month. My team lived in the garage, I lived in the front. And my second in charge, he helped pay the rent. Plus iTunes, shirt money, and whatever we get this shit. We was waiting on funds to come, like months on months on months and then some. From promises of investors, but never got none. Promised large sums, but we never saw a crumb. And if you get where I'm coming from, this shit's dumb. This is exactly why I don't trust no one. Cause we needed big money to make big moves. Cause I felt small steps would make us look too new. But who knew? Saying 2 weeks, 2 weeks we'd have money, but it never came. What's more funny, I'm a goddamn dummy. Was depressed and sad, cause from the start I shouldn't even relied on that. Cause everyone relied on me, and it seemed as if I was the one that's supposed to go and work for their dreams. But I guess as a leader, that was kinda my thing. But I needed a team, if you know what I mean. Cause I never had ideas, I reached out the box. So like, how the hell we supposed to get to the top if only I have ideas, only I make moves, and only I have passion? But I mean, what can I do? I'm only one man, and the fucked up one at that. It ain't hard to see if you just start looking back. I give motivational speeches, but 2 days later they was right on back down the escalator. So for months on end, I tortured myself, hated life, and it affected my health. I barely slept, was spent, and only had money for rhyme. And I can't explain how many times I considered just stop and talk suicide so much. He was my best friend. A lot of lonely nights we would spend. We played hide and seek and he'd count to 10. And lucky for me, he never found me in the end. I made save me while severely depressed. So I confessed and addressed all that stress. Expressed my regrets and wishes for death. To drown in thoughts of homicide and tears and neglect. I hated life, and all I had was my rhymes. Even laughing, I was crying at the same damn time. I couldn't cope. And what killed the most, slow, no breaks, and completely wrecked my hopes. I swear to God on this, my career in life, my father's grave. Shit, I even swear that twice for 6 months. I actually thought I had cancer, but couldn't afford a doctor for a definite answer. According to the net, I had all the symptoms, but I was way too poor to change how I was living. Praying to God like, man, you gotta be kidding. It's sickening that you go and drown me when I'm barely kicking. And that tore me apart every day. So positive mind, hardest thing to stay. Plus I was afraid to go to the doctor in case he say anything besides something along the lines of you're okay. Well, okay. I didn't even tell anyone till I broke down. Just crying my eyes out, thinking no one was around. But when G walked in after he said he was leaving, then I told him, he couldn't believe it. And he told me if I was dying and couldn't afford the treatments, that he had my back, and that is a brother, and I love him for that. Cause even if he didn't mean it, them words carried me through. And that's the type of shit a real friend to do. Yeah, that's the type of shit a real friend to do. See, I consider with the fans, stick with me through chemo. Assuming all the girlfriends will leave me though. I consider what they notice if I wore a bigger hat. Should I wear a bandana? And how would I go about that? I released a mixtape with no money to spread it. So it's sad there's people who would love it, completely neglected. And mentally breaking down, I was forced to accept it. Cause once again in my life, I was completely rejected. I thought the mixtape would bring me back, but in fact, just pushed me further into collapse. Half my team left and I just cracked, and everything sorta blacks out after that. So to stop the thoughts, I started smoking mad weed. Considered it the devil's office to set me free. I started reading power books, and ironically, it started having this weird power over me. Cause it's all a process, and I started to see how it's a political, not talented industry. So I only shook one other rapper's hand, and the things he did to make it, I don't wanna do, man. But months later, got that iTunes check, and on the spot, spent the whole thing going straight to the doc. Sitting in the waiting room was the scariest thing ever. Hope he'd come in to prescribe things to make me better. Instead he came in and he sat down and he scanned some shit and he said, let's see now. He asked if I had a past with depression, and I said, why everybody always ask me that question? And I told my red symptoms on the net. Then he said, that's the worst place to check. Man, you be surprised, people actually do that a lot. They turn the smallest things into something they're not. I'm like, they're not? Yeah, a case of severe depression is all that you got. A week later, all the internal pain in me just stopped. I was so depressed mentally, I was killing myself physically. Goddamn, damn, look what I did to me. That's how fucked up I was in my head. I just thank God my ass wasn't on any meds, cause I ain't had the nuts to make myself physically dead. But my mind's so strong, I tried to do it for me instead. But after that, my whole life changed. I was more determined than ever. Get in the game, it's just to say everything happens for a reason. And I believe it, I believe God did that to me. So I take my health more seriously. I started writing like a madman. Released thrift shop and fans were like, goddamn man. Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah, man. Tossed out my holy shoes. Got a day job and started making my own moves. For real. And man, now I'm more driven than ever. And I ain't stopping till I change the rap game for the better. Is it better? I apologize to my fans for my human mistakes. It's here I explain the way. So thanks for sticking with me along the way. Cause now I'm about to do whatever it takes. It's my fate. I left a lot out, but that's the gist of it. I said the rest, but it'd be like a 25-minute song. But you know, I guess I'll explain the rest of it later. You just gonna have to wait again. Sorry.